my friend and colleague Amitoj Singh now joins us from New York. Hello Amitoj, come right back over here, but until you do so, give us an idea of people of the Sikh faith in the United States, in New York, where you are, and the work that they've been doing for so long.
Well, thank you guys. Thanks so much for that, Vishnu. And I have to compliment NDTV and you for so beautifully articulating what is kind of simple but also complicated, which is the generous tradition of service that Sikhs have, and I have grown up with. But yeah, I mean, to tell you a little bit about what's happening out here in America. It has been
this
quite
is Prannoy. We just learned from you. You see, that's the thing, when you were with us, and you're coming back soon. Remember that.
Yes, absolutely. I do remember that. Thank you for those kind words, Doc. No, I think I remember while being in the NDTV office and you walking by and saying that you're just a fake Sardar and I'm actually the true Sardar, and I completely understand that it's kind of always great to hear somebody who connects so deeply with the religion, even though they've not been directly associated with the religion, or just the service that is part of our lifestyle. But in New York, it has been spectacular because I think it was in two different phases that I'd like to refer to what I've seen. One was when I came out here and I myself went to a Gurdwara out here in Queens and saw that there was this community that was speaking in the same Punjabi way, but also behaving, with a bit of an American twang. And while there was langar being served for the first time, I saw pizza being served as part of the langar. And I think that is what is spectacular to me, that Americans here have actually adjusted to that. And then what we saw was the Black Lives Matter protests, the pandemic, and how Sikhs had come together for that. And one person that I'd like to bring on for that is actually Daniel Puerto. He is an LGBTQ Colombian associate. He's also an immigrant and community activist fighting for human rights. And essentially, he's been somebody who's been asking the Sikh community to help with people who need food and other kinds of help. Daniel, thanks so much for being with us. I just want you to start by explaining how you got associated with the Sikh community, and particularly Himmat, who we both know. Can you explain that?
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me today. So my name is Daniel, and we started doing a community approach to connect people to food during COVID. Jackson Heights, Elmhurst, Woodside, East Elmhurst, and Corona are among those with the highest numbers of cases and deaths in the whole country. And, also one of the most communities that were food insecure. Lines of people who were hungry reached over 20 blocks. And so for us here as community organizers in one of the most heavily impacted districts in the world due to COVID-19, we wanted to make sure that we were helping people by connecting them to food. I learned about Himmat Singh and the World Sikh Parliament through a colleague who Himmat and the World Sikh Parliament had been supporting by providing hot plates. And, the impact of the Sikh community and in this case of Himmat and his team is nonetheless done through the principles and values of hope, hard work, and equality, making sure that everyone has access to food, that everyone is represented, and that people have hope that together we're going to get out of this horrific situation.
Yes, Daniel, one of the other things that we learned was how right after or towards the middle of the Black Lives Matter movement, which gained a lot of steam out here in New York with protests happening in almost every single borough, what we saw was that the Sikhs were basically following these protests, waiting for them to finish, and then serving hot meals to the people who had been protesting on the streets. Can you tell us a little bit about that? How are those moments and what you've learned from that?
I mean, it's beautiful. It truly is. The Sikh community stands for the United States of America, regardless of the problems that our country faces. In a way that really pursues the principles of a better life, of making sure that people are treated with equality and dignity, that people feel like they're on these struggles together. We have seen obviously a lot of xenophobia, especially after 9/11, and with the tradition of langar or free kitchen.